Developing news, shocking new video just released by the LAPD shows their officers under attack. Now, this happened while officers were stopped talking to someone near Normandy and 29th Street and Exposition Park when they suddenly found themselves under attack. CBS News' Crystal Cruz is in the newsroom right now with the body cam footage released tonight. Crystal?
Jeff and Pat, this video shows the officers were on a call talking to witnesses along the road when all of a sudden an SUV came flying around the corner, shots fired. Now, we want to warn you, this video is intense. Let's take a look at it.
But the thing is that the baby is crying.
Wow, just incredible video. You can see the SUV come around the corner. The LAPD says the driver was firing at another car as they drove down Normandy. That driver kept shooting as he rounded the corner where these officers were parked. Now, the shooter ditched the SUV nearby. Police used K-9 officers to search for him, but they haven't found him. They did find a woman in that car who said she'd been carjacked. Amazingly, no one was injured in all of that shooting. Now, this all happened in July. The LAPD released the edited video today as part of their new policy of releasing body cam video of officers involved in shootings within 45 days. I'm Crystal Cruz in the newsroom. Back to you two in the studio.
And more breaking news. 6 people shot to death, including the gunman, in a bizarre rampage in Bakersfield tonight.
Yeah, deputies say the man shot his wife and another man at a trucking company. Another person heard that shooting, then came running up. The gunman then shot that person dead as well. The shooter then drove to a nearby home, killed 2 people inside, and carjacked a woman with a child. The 2 managed to escape unharmed. The chaos finally ended when deputies confronted the gunman, who killed himself.
Now to developing news along the East Coast tonight. Millions of people are scrambling to get to safety and move inland as Hurricane Florence barrels toward the Carolinas. Now, government officials are warning people of violent flooding and heavy rain.
Experts say Florence could shape up to be the most dangerous storm to hit the region in a generation.
And CBS 2's Suzanne Marquez is in the studio tonight with the latest on the storm and the evacuation. Suzanne.
Yeah, Pat and Jeff, Hurricane Florence weakened to a Category 2 storm tonight, but is still a monster of a storm. Many are racing against the clock before it potentially makes landfall tomorrow. This is the last sunset the Carolina coast will see before Hurricane Florence hits. The few people left in Wrightsville Beach made their way to the bridges just before the 8 p.m. deadline for mandatory evacuations. All of the residents had to be off the island by 8 p.m.
All residents must be off the island by 8 p.m.
Carolina Beach, North Carolina is under mandatory evacuation, but some residents won't get out.
We have been in some other hurricanes. We're not trying to be heroic or anything like that, but we feel we have just as good a chance here as we would in town.
But forecasters say Hurricane Florence could bring a storm surge that could top 13 feet, higher than some homes.
This is not going to be one of those storms that hit and move out to sea. This is going to be, a Mike Tyson punch to the Carolina coast.
That's why as many as 1 million residents in North Carolina have been asked to evacuate.
We are on the wrong side of this storm, where most of the damage is done.
Up to 3 million customers in the Carolinas alone are expected to lose power. Outages could last for weeks, according to the region's main supplier, Duke Energy. Help from SoCal is almost there. 4 swiftwater rescue teams from LA and Orange County are heading to North Carolina. LA County Fire just posted this video. Team 2 rolling through New Mexico with local fire crews saluting them from overpasses. The 4 teams are due to arrive in the danger zone tomorrow. Jeff.
Suzanne, thank you. We'll stay with CBS 2 News for continued coverage of Hurricane Florence. Our Garth Kemp is tracking that storm. He will have that timed out just a little bit later on in this newscast. Well, the executive producer of 60 Minutes is out.
And CBS 2's Peter Doubt joined us now with details on Jeff Fager's firing. Peter?
Pat and Jeff, in less than a year now, 3 of the most powerful men at CBS, Charlie Rose, Leslie Moonves, and now Jeff Fager, all accused of sexual misconduct, have either been fired or resigned. Jeff Fager, the executive producer of the oldest and most successful news magazine program in history, 60 Minutes, was fired this afternoon by CBS News. Fager hired Charlie Rose for multiple roles at the network. In November, Rose was terminated. This July, 6 female former CBS News employees told The New Yorker Fager would touch employees in ways that made them uncomfortable after drinking at office parties. 19 current and former employees told The New Yorker Fager allowed harassment in the division. Fager vehemently denied all of those claims. Fager continued to come to work. On Sunday, The New Yorker reported a new accuser said she felt compelled to speak because she simply can't believe Fager's back there. The article described her as a producer who was an intern at CBS in the early 2000s who said that he groped her at a work party. In response to that allegation, Fager told CBS News, "This is an outrageous claim and it didn't happen. It is wrong." Fager's departure comes days after CBS chairman and CEO Leslie Moonves resigned following allegations of sexual assault and harassment. CBS News President David Rhodes today briefed the 60 Minutes staff.
Can't talk to you guys about this today.
In a statement, Rhodes said Fager's dismissal was not directly related to the allegations surfaced in press reports, which continue to be investigated independently. However, he violated company policy, and it is our commitment to uphold those policies at every level. Fager said in his own statement that CBS terminated my contract early because I sent a text message to one of our own CBS reporters demanding that she be fair in covering the story. My language was harsh. CBS did not like it. That reporter was CBS correspondent Jerika Duncan, who said today she wanted to be transparent about it.
Sunday evening, I reached out to Fager for comment on the articles alleging he groped or touched CBS employees at company parties. In addition to denying these charges, Fager in a text said to me, quote, "If you repeat these false accusations without any of your own reporting to back them up, you will be held responsible for harming me." He went on to say, "Be careful. There are people who lost their jobs trying to harm me. And if you pass on these damaging claims without your own reporting to back them up, that will become a serious problem."
60 Minutes will enter its 51st season under the leadership of executive editor Bill Owens, while the search for a new executive producer begins. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Peter. Well, tonight, our first look at a Harvey Weinstein pitch meeting that allegedly took a disturbing turn.
Harvey Weinstein. Morning. Happy New Year. Next size.
In the video, Weinstein is seen rejecting a handshake from Melissa Thompson and instead hugs her and rubs her back. Thompson says she later met Weinstein in the hopes of closing a business deal, but was led to his hotel room where she says he raped her. Weinstein's lawyer released a statement saying the video shows nothing forceful, but rather casual flirting from both parties.
Breaking news, police right now on the scene of a hit and run in Valley Glen. The victim was hit while crossing the street near Victory and Wisset. The driver, believed to be in a white Honda Accord, took off. That victim now in very serious condition. A murder mystery unfolded today in a Harbor Gateway home. LAPD says a woman barricaded herself in that home after witnesses saw her attempt to dispose of a man's body in the backyard. The victim had reportedly been shot. The woman eventually surrendered and was booked for murder late tonight. The relationship of the victim and suspect is unclear.
The world-famous Paul Smith selfie wall was the target of a tagger early this morning. Someone spray-painted a colorful profane message. CBS 2's Tom Wade is live in Fairfax, where it all happened. Tom?
Hi there, Pat. Yeah, it was very colorful, one might say. The graffiti artist, as one might call them, probably tried to mock the people who come here, the people who take selfies and pictures in front of the Paul Smith wall. This wall, of course, famous not just locally, but around the world. A post from Instagram shows the crime in progress. The world-famous pink wall was defiled. The message, "Go expletive your selfie," was sprayed across it. A message perhaps meant to mock the throngs of people who come here to snap a photo of themselves for their social media accounts.
It's rude. I think it's dumb.
Liz Johnson lives in the building next to Paul Smith. She says the tagger is out of line.
You know, a lot of people come here and take selfies. It's a little bit ridiculous, but it's a big attraction and people seem to be enjoying themselves.
Paul Smith quickly painted over the profane scrawl, and it was selfie business as usual at the wall. These two friends are visiting from Chicago.
If it was done this morning, it's already painted back up. So whatever they're trying to do, they failed at it.
He might be talking down about how we're always on our phones, taking pictures, not really paying attention to what's going on around us. So maybe he was trying to do that. But yeah, as my friend said, it is gone by now. So people are still taking pictures.
There was a signature on the graffiti. It was written according to this spot. It was Thrashbird is the hashtag. It's not clear who this is exactly, but neighbors say they are familiar with this person's work. Paul Smith does have a surveillance camera there on the wall, but it's not clear what they have there. They're not commenting on what happened. Reporting live in the Fairfax District, I'm Tom Waite, CBS 2 News.
Oh my God, where are the police?
Yeah, bystanders watch in horror. Young children dangerously close to the edge. Why it took police more than 30 minutes to respond.
And a car without commitment. 2 on your side checks out a new car subscription service that just arrived here in LA.
All new shows, all new seasons. It's all just days away. A sneak peek at the exciting fall lineup you'll see right here on CBS 2.
Hi, everybody. I'm Garth Kemp. Well, we're starting to see some disruption in the center of this bad boy. We'll tell you all about Florence, plus our weather coming up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jim Hill. Coming up later, we'll talk Laker basketball and LeBron James with owner Jeannie Buss.